Constantino, pound for pound.
Constantino Garcia here for Little Giant Boxing. Make sure you guys subscribe and follow me on social media at Constantino Garcia. Constantino Garcia here for Little Giant Boxing to bring you guys a quick news and notes update on Canelo Alvarez. Looks like the pound for pound king Canelo will possibly return to the ring February 27th to fight 168 pounds WBC mandatory Avni Yildrim in his birthplace of Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. Eddie Reynoso happens to be Canelo's trainer and manager, confirmed this to Manuk Akupayan. If Canelo versus Yildrim happens and Canelo is successful and healthy, it would put him on track to fight on Cinco de Mayo weekend, which takes place in May, of course, as well as Mexican Independence Day, which takes place in September. The three opponents being considered for those dates are Caleb Sweet Hands Plant, Billy Joe Saunders, and Gennady Golovkin. Last time Canelo fought in Mexico was against Kermit Cintron in 2011, so this is long overdue. We know Mexican fans in Mexico would love to see him in the ring. But here's what Eddie Reynoso, Canelo's trainer and manager, had to say on Twitter about the fight against Avni Yildrim. Good afternoon. Clarifying rumors about the possible fight between Canelo and Guadalajara. The only thing we have is the commitment with the WBC to fight against Avni Yildrim at the end of February. It would be an honor to return to Guadalajara, Mexico, but we still have nothing firm. Soon I will give information about it. Now let's talk about the possible opponents Canelo can fight in the near future, as early as 2021. First and foremost, undefeated Billy Joe Saunders, who is signed to Matchroom Boxing, which would make the fight easy to make since he works with Eddie Hearn to make his fights happen. We know after the fight ended, Canelo was walking back to his dressing room and Canelo told Eddie, "Who's next?" And Eddie said, "I have two more, Billy Joe and Triple G." So it's quite possible that either of these two will fight Canelo in 2021. Billy Joe Saunders holds the WBO super middleweight title with a record of 28-0 with 13 KOs. He's coming off a win against Martin Murray. And of course, the second option would be Sweet Hands Caleb Plant, who holds the IBF super middleweight title. I had a chance to talk to Canelo personally in the locker room, and he told me, "I'm coming for all the belts at super middleweight." So obviously, look for him to fight Caleb Plant and Billy Joe Saunders to capture all the titles at super middleweight. Will it happen? We shall see. Canelo is chasing greatness. We know Canelo and Caleb Plant were in serious talks to fight each other, but couldn't come to an agreement. So Canelo decided to fight Callum Smith, and we know how that turned out. I think Canelo versus Caleb Plant is a fantastic fight. It would definitely be competitive. The build-up would be huge since Caleb Plant is with PBC, and I'm sure Fox would promote the hell out of it. And I think it would be very successful. And the fight would definitely deliver the goods. Caleb Plant is coming off a win over Vincent Fagenboots. No disrespect, Vincent. And is scheduled to return to the ring against Caleb Truax. And as far as the third option for Canelo in 2021 is Gennady Golovkin, which Canelo holds a win over and a draw. We know these two do not like each other, but damn, every time these two step in the ring, they create magic. It's always a great fight when these two step in the ring. Expect nothing less than fireworks if these two fight the trilogy fight. Their rematch fight was Ring Magazine's Fight of the Year in 2018. Triple G's coming off a win over Kamil Zerameta. And as you guys know, Triple G fought the day before the Canelo versus Smith fight. So, I mean, that would be a great fight if it does happen. And the fourth option is, of course, David Benavidez, who is dying to fight Canelo and told Marcos Viegas from Fight Hub TV, "I'm not fucking running from Canelo. I'm not scared of him. I'm going to stand toe-to-toe with him. It would be an amazing fight." I think so, too, because David throws punches and bunches and he doesn't get tired. But, you know, easier said than done. We know David is really young. He's only 24 years young. David Bandera Roja always comes to fight Canelo, the pound-for-pound king. So I would expect nothing less than a great, maybe, fight of the year if these two stepped in the ring together. David Benavidez is coming off a win over Romer Angulo. We know David Benavidez throws a lot and lots and lots of punches and loves to move forward. And the fourth option, which I see it a possibility, and it's not out of the question, would be none other than Jermall Charlo, who holds the WBC middleweight champion of the world. He went on Instagram Live on Sunday, the day after the Canelo fight, and said, "I'm down to move up to 168 pounds to fight Canelo." He said, and I quote, "I need the fight." We know Charlo is, all these guys, they're all chasing greatness. They're all chasing to be the best. So they all want the Canelo fight, you know, why wouldn't they? So Charlo's coming off obviously a great win against Sergey Derevyanchenko. And we know fans really want to see that fight. I really want to see that fight. I've asked Canelo about that fight. I've even asked him what his thoughts were when he was running on the treadmill of Charlo saying, you know, he would knock him out if they ever stepped in the ring together. And Canelo said, they all say the same thing. But after the fight, it always ends with, but. So, will it happen? I don't know. I love all these fights, whether it's Benavidez, Jermall Charlo, Billy Joe Saunders, or Sweet Hands, Caleb Plant. You know, these are great fights. And I hope they do happen for the sake of the fans. And I'm sure they will happen. So, keep it locked right here with Little Giant Boxing. I'll try to give you guys the best boxing coverage. And don't forget to follow me on IG at Constantino Garcia and on Twitter at CONSTNTINO. Thank you.